Hello everyone, to our social science teacher Loisan Cañas, and to my classmates, good day. So today for my report, I chose to tackle about political sciences. This is one of the 9 disciplines in the social science that has an amazing topic that really caught my attention. So let's start. When you think of the term of political science, you might think of presidential campaigns. You think of political parties or policy analysis on the evening news. But political science also seeks to analyze and predict critical issues that affect our lives every day, including globalization, terrorism, civil rights, and diplomacy, which are also a very common and a very rampant issues in every different countries. Political science broadly refers to the study of governments, public policies, and political behavior in the Philippines and all around the world. This topic can help us develop a wide range of skills that we can apply to numerous roles in the different fields. I have a question. What is political science? As stated in the module, political science is a social science that deals with the system of governance and analysis of political activities, political thoughts, and political behavior. It deals extensively with the theory and practice of politics, which is commonly thought as determining of the distribution of power and resources. For more information, political science is the study of politics, government, and public policy in the Philippines and even all around the world. Political scientists seek to both describe and explain political phenomena, such as what is happening in our own country, even not only in the Philippines but all around the world. Political science or politics is very useful and studied, like people or the government. It focuses on the theory and practice of the government and politics at a local, state, national, and international levels. So as I've said earlier, politics is very known even in the international levels. These are dedicated on developing and understanding the institutions, practices, and relations that constitute public life and modes of inquiry that promote citizenship. So when we talk about political science, its concern is all about its institution, the practice, like how it works inside a country, including the public life or even the individuals of every citizens in one country. It is a social science dealing with the systems of governance and power, and the analysis of political activities, political thought, political behavior, and associated constitutions and laws. Political science includes the study about the process of government, like how a bill became a law, as a classic example. Study of institutions of government, for example, the presidency, Congress, and senators, as well as the study of behavior of the people in the government, like both elected officials and government workers, like how they rule or how they lead the people in one country, and the study of citizens interact with their government, such as why don't more people vote. Political scientists seek to understand the underlying ways in which power, authority, rules, constitutions, and laws affect our lives. Like other social sciences, political science focuses on human behavior both individually and collectively. So, like other social sciences, political science also talks about the behavior of the people. So I know we might think, what is the history or how does political science started? So let me tell you a brief history of political science. Political science was originated with the ancient Greeks in the 1st century before Christ era. During this time, the philosopher Plato wrote numerous dialogues and politics asking about the nature of justice, what constitutes good government, and what is truly best for humanity. So, social science first happened in Plato's time. So he discovered the social science because of his curiosity of what will happen if we talk about justice, if we talk about politics, on what will happen of the constitution of good government, and what is best for humanity. While he was teaching, he has a student named Aristotle, and Aristotle worked in a more scientific way observing and describing types of governments systematically. At the start of the 17th century, people began to apply the methods of scientific revolution to politics. So, at the age of 17th century, the scientific revolution of politics started not only by one person, but also it became well known, and many people have noticed the importance of politics. At that time, Thomas Hobbes, for example, employed the methods of geometry to break government down into its most basic parts in order to understand it. In the 19th century, thinkers such as Karl Marx and Max Weber used sociological methods to analyze politics. So, as we all know, political science talks about politics, and politics is affiliated with governance and government. So, another question. What is the functions of politics, governance, and government in our lives? But let me tell you first what is politics. Politics has no specific meaning because it is still debatable even in our modern times. But I have seen some examples and some thoughts that may help on understanding what politics is. Politics is the set of activities that are associated with making decisions in groups or other forms of power relations between individuals, such as the distribution of resources or status. Politics is the art of state, the exercise of control within the society through the making of enforcement of collective decisions. The realm of politics is restricted to state actors who are consciously motivated by the ideological beliefs and who seek to advance them through membership of a proper organization like a political organization. So second, what is governance? Governance encompasses the system by which an organization is controlled and operates, and the mechanisms by which it and its people are held to account. Ethics, risk management, compliance, and administration are all elements of governance. So that is governance and politics. Now lastly, what is government? Government is the authority or force that regulates on behalf of a community of citizens. Every country in the world has its government. In the context of its vast associative concept, typically consists of legislature, executive, and judiciary. System of government is way of implementing organizational rules and also process for policy determination. Every government has some constitution, a declaration of its guiding principles and ideology. So government does not stand without function. So now, we will talk about the functions of the government. First is maintaining social order. Individuals will, of course, have conflict and chaos as is left alone. So example, law enforcement, a judicial system such as court case and trials. So that is the example of maintaining social orders. Second is offering public services. The public would be happier if care is taken and they also require support. So offering public services is very important in one country because this talks about the employment, the compensation, the hospital service, even meal delivery, and so on. So it talks about the service of the government into the public. So next is offering national security. So the defenses of the nation must be structured to guarantee the safety and the health of the people. So such as the army, the military, they are the one who protects the right of the country, and which is also very important. It is a very good function of the government because in that way, war will be controlled and every people as an individual or collectively will be disciplined. The last and very important one is the establishing of laws. Is a very important function of the government because we need rules to determine how well the country can work so that people know how to act. We don't know our limits without laws. That's why laws is very important so that we should know our limitations. Laws are boundaries for people who don't know what is right and what is wrong. Law is the way of the government on how they discipline their people in their country. So as we can see, history has a very important role in political science that needs to be learned, so that we can see that people need not only private goods like food and clothing, but also public goods like law and order, street light, and so on. The provision of these public goods is governance. There can be governance without governance too. However, that is a crude form of governance where our world can go wrong. So it must be that the residents' associations and communities may provide certain public goods, where governments are very important entities which provide governance in modern societies. Different groups of people have different interests in terms of governance. These groups organize and articulate these interests through politics. These political articulations help people to select the governments that they like in a democracy. So that is all. Thank you for watching, and I hope we've learned something for political sciences. Thank you.